Hey, welcome to wearesponsibly.com. Today we're reviewing the Lexus HS250H hybrid vehicle. What's different about this car from other hybrid vehicles on the market is this is a Lexus concerted effort to make probably one of the most fuel efficient, compact hybrid cars on the market. And what this car has is a lot of features that makes it in its class, makes it extremely fuel efficient. And it's rated at 35 city, 34 highway in terms of miles per gallon that it gets, and that's EPA based. Now this car is packed full of a lot of features. We're going to walk you through a lot of the different characteristics that makes this Lexus HS250H probably one of the most advanced hybrid vehicles on the market today. All right, in the Lexus HS250H hybrid vehicle, you have actually a 2.4 liter Atkinson 4-cylinder engine, gas engine, and this engine can produce up to 187 horsepower while driving the car, and it's one part of the hybrid synergy system. So when you're driving this car, it's going to be using what's considered regenerative braking. So in other words, the car goes between both gas and electric. So when you start to brake the car, when you start to brake the vehicle, that kicks in regenerative braking, and what that does is that actually starts charging up the battery in the car. That's going to give you better fuel efficiency. And what's really cool about this car is it actually has 4 modes of driving. So in addition to normal driving mode, which is just basically using just the gas engine, it also has electric vehicle mode, where the car only drives using the electric motor in here, or the battery. And that goes up to X amount of speed. So basically if you're going up to 5 miles an hour, it stays in electric mode. The other mode is eco mode, where in other words it throttles between the best use of the air conditioning and heating and cooling along with the gas and electric, so you get the most mileage. Now this car is rated to get 35 city, 34 highway. What's also in here is also called power mode. Now power mode is basically you want full horsepower, like in other words you want to accelerate on the expressway to get on a ramp. That's going to give you basically a lot of power, basically throw out any kind of fuel efficiency at that point, and you can get from 0 to 60 in about 8.4 seconds. Now one of the unique features of the Lexus HS250H is actually its aerodynamics. Now when you look at the shape of it, the vehicle's actually been designed to be very aerodynamic, and how they did that is the engineers actually eliminated a lot of the basically air loss points. In other words, made it very energy efficient in terms of when it's driving. So by actually removing kind of like the airfoils right here, there's only, you notice over here, there's only one exhaust port. But what they did is, by doing this, they smooth this area out, so you get less drag that goes over the hood of the car and over the body of it, so there becomes less coefficient of drag. And that they actually managed to bring that down to a low 2.7 coefficient of drag. Now when you have a low coefficient of drag, that means basically you're going to get less wind noise in the car and in the cabin, and also you're going to get better fuel efficiency. We're inside the 2010 Lexus HS250H hybrid vehicle, and we're about to take this bad boy up on the expressway and give it a whirl and see how this thing holds up. All right, we're about to push the car into power mode because we're about to get onto the expressway here, and this is where you're going to want to use this. Now keep in mind when you're doing this mode that all fuel economy goes out the door. So here we go, automatically just push the button, we're now in power mode, and now we're getting that extra boost of speed that we need to get on the expressway. And the car accelerates really nicely here, like that. And then just to dump out of it, all you do is you can click over to eco mode, which is going to put us into like the ideal combination basically of efficiency with both the heating, cooling, and with the car engine. So this way you get about a 77% savings in overall fuel economy with the car. So keep in mind you're going to get about 35 miles to the gallon on both highway and city driving while using the Lexus 250 HS. So if you look here at the navigation panel here, this screen is actually showing real-time information in terms of traffic, but it's all coming from XM traffic navigation, and that's being shown on the map there. So you can see that right now, that for the expressway that we're on right now, it's all green, so that means there's no traffic whatsoever. And what's also really nice about the XM nav and traffic information is it also provides you with things like points of interest. So as you're driving by, it can show you like, look over there, we've got some food options off to the right off of Des Plaines Road there. So that's really kind of a nice thing. So you can turn those things on and off basically by using the show on map button right here. So when you go into here, you can decide, hey, you know what, change my point of interest, these are the icons, let's turn off traffic information, let's show off route trace, let's show off this kind of stuff. All right, so right now I got this car in cruise control. I'm cruising at 65 miles an hour. I'm actually using this new feature called Lane Keep Assist. and also a radar. Basically what it does is that once you set the car into cruise control at a certain speed, it knows that it has sensors on the outside that looks at the lanes outside. And then if you start veering away from that lane while you're driving, it'll actually set off a warning beep. And what's nice about that is that this way you know that, hey, you know what, I'm drifting. See, right there, I drifted a little bit, and that helped me realize that I got too far over to the right-hand side of my lane. So that's actually a real nice safety feature that's built into here the Lexus HS250 vehicle. Real nice touch in my opinion, great for those long drives. So I just got off the expressway. I used the cruise control set at 65 miles to the gallon. Now this car is rated for 35 highway. I actually averaged 38.1 miles per gallon. And we traveled quite a distance. We actually went from the northwest side of Chicago all the way up to Kenosha, Wisconsin. All right, what you see right in front of me with that 0 is actually the heads-up display of the Lexus HS250H hybrid system. So the heads up is like basically a way for you to look to find out while you're driving without keeping your eyes away from the road, to see how fast you're going, to see what controls you are touching on the steering column, and also it will actually display directions with right there on the screen alerting you exactly which way to turn left, how many miles, etc. So it's kind of a really nice, way to take advantage of that technology. An optional feature on the Lexus HS250 is actually what's a front camera, which gives you a live view of what's out in front of the car with, I want to say it's 190 degrees. And so this way you can see things not just in front of you, but also around you, things that you normally might miss. And now this feature is only active when you're within a certain speed range. So from like 0 to I think about 15 miles an hour. After that point, it disengages and the camera goes off. So it's kind of a nice little safety feature. Now, another thing that's an option that's available on the 250HS is actually this remote touch, which is this basically right here, which looks like a giant mouse pad. And basically this is your control panel to activating this screen right here. Now, so whether you want to control the climate of the vehicle, for instance, it has a haptic touch, and you can engage the dual climate zones like this, or if you wanted, for instance, to adjust the audio. And the audio that's available on certain models is actually XM satellite radio with multiple channels, and which is really nice. And in this version of the 250H Premium Edition we have here, we actually have the Mark Levinson surround sound system, which is actually 15 speakers that surround this car that provide premium sound and music. Other things that's really unique about this vehicle is actually the interior is made from a lot of recycled and eco-friendly materials. So for instance, the seats here, the seat cushions are made out of castor oil. So inside here, the seat cushions are made from that castor oil, and actually the seat backs actually use Connect fibers. And so what that does is that also lowers the amount of greenhouse gases that are emitted, but also in this car, it doesn't have that really distinct like new car smell that people are used to, and that's usually created by all like the chemicals and the oils that are used to manufacture those plastics. And so this car is actually very eco-friendly in terms of the interior, and so that leads to less greenhouse gas emission and also just a much more greener friendly car. In the Premium Edition, on the all-weather package, you can get heated and ventilated seats. Now what that does is that basically these controls right here allow you to either set the heat so you can make the seat very warm, especially on those cold winter days, or you can cool them. And then basically when you cool them, there's air that comes out right here that keeps you nice and cool. Misconception that, hybrid cars are just, all about being utilitarian and very, lack of any features, but Lexus really, I think, hit the mark with the HS250H hybrid by giving you the best blend of both fuel efficiency and luxury comforts that you expect from a luxury brand like Lexus. For more information about this vehicle, about the Lexus HS250H, and to find out more about this car, visit wearesponsibly.com.